deal time. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another under $5 eShop deals video, where each and every week we go through the eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale, all the while staying under a budget of only $5. Now I've got to say this week the list is really packed, and almost each game in the main part of the video could have almost been my pick of the week. So much so that I couldn't just pick one, and I'll actually have two picks of the week for this week. But just before we jump into that, a quick reminder for anyone who might be new here to the channel, halfway through the video I'll be giving away two $5 eShop gift cards. If you want to participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. You then check out the next eShop deals video and find out if you won. Not only that, but if at the end of the video you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below last week's under $5 list, as well as the latest regular eShop deals, because most of those deals are still running today and I just don't repeat them 2 videos in a row. Now with all of that stuff out of the way, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into today's deals. Just don't forget, if you are liking the content, hit that like button. Now our first game for today is going to be one hitting a brand new low, and that is the Adventure Pals. That is now 86% off, dropping it to only $1.99. However, you will have to move very quickly on this one because it is ending on August 15th. Now this game is a 2D action platformer with some very slight RPG mechanics behind it. And just in case you're wondering, by looking at the graphics, yes, this game is by the exact same developer as Cult of the Lamb that just released this week on Nintendo Switch. And as you can see, even for some of its earlier entries, the developer was already using that almost Adult Swim-like cartoon look for its games. And I've got to say that that overall aesthetic works perfectly for the design of this game and the raunchy humor that it's filled with. Now the only thing, however, this game keeps it very lighthearted and doesn't go to any dark places. On a final note, I would definitely pick up this game this week because it's been over a year since this game has been on sale the last time, and if you don't pick it up now at the lowest possible price, you might be kicking yourself later. Now our next entry for this week is going to be Dicey Dungeons. That is back to its lowest ever price of 80% off, dropping it to $2.99. This one will be running till August 18th, and on top of it, it will be my first pick of the week. Now, actually trying to explain this game is somewhat of a challenge. It's ultimately a roguelite dungeon crawler wrapped in a game show with some deck building elements and RPG combat. Now, if that sounds like a crazy combination of genres, trust me, it works very well in this game and it's masterfully put together. It's also a game that looks and feels extremely simple at first, however, that is very deceiving. This game is actually immense, and all the mechanics and gameplay actually become crazy complex by the end. However, at the same time, through trial and error, this game does a pretty good job of introducing them one by one. It is fairly challenging, but fair at the same time, because although it's a roguelite dungeon crawler, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to have to restart the episode that you're currently on. So as long as you're willing to put in the time, I do think this one is fairly approachable for most people. Overall, this is a game easily worth its full $15, so picking it up like today at only $3 is a total steal. Now next on our list of great deals for today is going to be Cat Quest 2. That's at a brand new lowest ever price of only $3.74 because it's now 75% off. However, this is another one you're going to have to move quickly on because it is ending on August 15th. Now this game is an action RPG with an isometric viewpoint and an absolutely adorable cartoon-like visual style. Now the first Cat Quest was a pretty decent game, but what really put this one over the top is the refinement of the mechanics and the add-on of the co-op option. Because yes, you can play this game in local co-op, and given the simplicity of its mechanics, if you have children at home that you maybe want to get into the action RPG genre with this awesome cartoon-like aesthetic, this is the perfect game to do so. The only thing I'm going to warn here, if you are playing this game solo, the AI will take over that secondary character, and because it's probably not the best, you're going to have to carry them quite a bit, and they're going to soak up a lot of damage. But either way, whether you're playing in co-op or solo, if you're into the action RPG genre and you're looking for a simpler title just to spend a few hours on, at only $3.74, this is an excellent pickup, and on top of it, there's also a free downloadable demo available. Now, our next game for today is one that's back to its lowest ever price, and that is Mechstermination Force, that is back to 83% off, only $1.99, and this one will be running till August 19th. Now, this game is a 2D action platformer that has an overall boss rush setup to its gameplay. However, what I love about this game is although it is a boss rush where you're jumping from one to the other, some of these bosses are actually like their own platforming levels in themselves. You'll have to platform your way around their bodies, make your way to their weak spots, and then unload. Now, fair warning, this game can be quite challenging, and it is based on a lot of repetition and learning pretty much each boss's patterns and weak spots. But once again, in my opinion, is a very fair level of challenge that, as long as you're willing to put in the time and learn the patterns, will be extremely rewarding when you finally beat that boss. Overall, if you're an action platformer fan and you're looking for a really cheap and great pickup for this week at only $2, this one's like a no-brainer. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today, and I hope I'm saying this right, is Eddie Smile, who says lots of great deals this week. And I think you're right on the money, because although the eShop is a little quieter than it was about a month ago, quality-wise, there are still some really great deals out there. And our second winner for today is going to be Qski, who said, good list, now need to decide on getting Pirate Warriors 4 or not, lol. Well, hopefully you did pick it up because it was at a pretty great price last week and it is a very fun game. So now all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we jump straight back into our deals, I've got another brand new one for you, and that is Never Give Up. That is now 80% off, dropping its price to $2.99. However, yet again, you're going to have to move quickly. This one is ending on August 15th. Now this game is a 2D precision platformer, very much along the style of something like Super Meat Boy. And guess what? It's actually a game I discovered this week because once again, it's from the same developer as Cult of the Lamb. And surprise, surprise, when I tried it, it turned out being a pretty great game. It once again has an awesome cartoon-like style to it, especially when you get to the boss fights. However, maybe not quite as iconic as the later releases. And probably what surprised me most for a precision platformer of this genre is it actually has quite a few difficulty settings. And if you've been scared to try those precision platformers, Never Give Up could possibly be the best entry point for someone new to the genre. I mean, there's even an option that will add checkpoints to the levels so you can break them down into little sections. And on the other hand, for anyone looking for a challenge, well, trust me, on the higher difficulties, this can be a massively challenging game as well. Overall, this was a game that I was really happy to discover for this week, and at only $3, it feels like a pretty great pickup. Now, our next great deal for this week is going to be the Takeover. That's at a brand new low of 80% off, now only $3.99, and this one will actually be running all the way till September 1st. On top of it, this will be my second pick of the week. Now, this game is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up that has a very 80s, 90s action movie feel to its setup. You're playing as a cop that unfortunately has his city taken over by gangs and gets his child kidnapped. So along with your girlfriend and your super buff friend, you decide to set out to save her. And how do you do that? By pretty much beating the snot out of each and every person that gets in your way. Now, although the character designs and animation might be hit or miss depending on what you're looking for, the overall design of the game is actually very solid. It even offers a few really alternate style levels that are throwbacks to 80s classics like Outrun and Afterburner. Now, is this the best 2D beat 'em up on the Nintendo Switch? Definitely not, especially with some of the releases we've gotten over the last couple of years. However, at only $3.99, if you're into the genre, this one will definitely be worth your time and money. Now, our next entry is another game at a brand new low, and that is Ghost Blade HD. That is now 70% off, dropping it to only $4.49, and this one will be running till August 26th. Now, this game is a top-down shoot 'em up with an overall arcade bullet hell style to its gameplay. And this is the perfect example of a game that I love to suggest when it's on sale. Because visually, this game is beautiful, gameplay-wise, it's extremely solid, and once again, its soundtrack is very, very solid. However, when it's at its full price of $15, there are some better offerings on the Nintendo Switch eShop. However, when you drop it down to that sub $5 level, then if you're into the genre, it's definitely worth a pickup. Also, with 3 levels of difficulty, this game is actually quite approachable and at the same time offers a decent amount of replayability. You also have the option for 2-player local co-op, and finally, there are some online leaderboards, so this is overall a pretty decent package if you're looking for a brand new shoot 'em up to get into. Now, our next game is one that came very close to being another pick of the week, and that is Horizon Chase Turbo. That's back to its lowest ever price of 75% off, only $4.99. However, it is ending pretty quickly on August 16th. Now, this game is an arcade-style racer that is done in the classic style of games like Outrun or Top Gear. However, what I love about this game is rather than just emulate the style, they really brought it up to a brand new level, and it feels right at home with today's standards. And I'm gonna say it right away, if you're looking for a game in this style, you've got pretty much the best one on the Nintendo Switch right here. But not only that, if you really get into the gameplay, there's actually some very affordable DLC to continue on with the fun. It's another really great game as well for couch co-op, because it offers its split-screen multiplayer in any which one of its different game modes. And yet again, this is another one of those games that I would say was well worth its full price of $20. So when you're getting it, like today at only $4.99, it is yet again a total steal. So now it's time for today's Sizzle Reel of Deals with some other great games to consider for this week. So we're at the end of another eShop deals video. I really want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you're picking up in the comments down below. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to the channel supporters. The monthly support is just so appreciated and it really helps the channel out a ton. And don't forget on the way out that if you did like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.